Hey everybody, Dennis from Boas coming at you here. And today, I haven't been on in a while. Again, busy, breeding season. As you know, I started some new rat colonies, and I've been raising them up, and in the meantime I found somebody that can help me out in the meantime because I cannot order these rats anymore. Some of these online rats are just horrible. I did find a guy, but he can't ship during the summer. So long story short, I got my colonies building back up. But anyhow, what I wanted to talk about today and tell you about was this soon-to-be dad, which is very, 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 very special to me. This is, come on, show yourself off there, little boy. This is a Bob Futo Suriname that I had picked up directly from Bob Futo. Of course, it just went through a breeding season, so it's not 100% back yet. What's most exciting about this animal is he's going to be a dad in about 12 days or less. And I am ecstatic. Once again, he's a pure Fudo that I did pick up from Bob. And this snake was actually, you can see it on Bob's site in a pile. It was born on July 11th, 2015, which marks a very sad day for the reptile community, in my opinion, also, because it was also Bob Futo's last litter. And it's funny how I acquired this one. You know, I was going up there to get a bunch of animals from Bob, and this one he wouldn't let go. But one error was made. He marked this one a male, which is a female, which is totally excusable. He was fortunately, I guess, didn't know fully yet, did know fully, but he was very ill at the time. But long story short, he wanted to keep what he assumed to be her, and I have emails stating so, and that he feels it was one of the better animals he's ever produced. But long story short, he found out his dog was very ill. So he called me up before I was coming up to pick up 1, 2, 3 other animals, and said, listen, if you want that girl at the time, you can have her. My dog's very ill, and I will sell her to you, because he needed the money to take care of his dog. Sadly, 2 weeks after, and what transpired, he also found out that he was very ill. So long story short, shipping kind of became, I guess, out of the question. So he said, hey, why don't you come on up? You know, you can come up to the place and pick up all the animals. I'm at my, at the time, because of his illness, he was at his parents' place out in Ohio. So I drove out there to Parma, I believe was the name of the actual town, stayed in, and picked up all the animals. I also brought one back for a friend. So, you know, I am blessed to have these animals. I am ecstatic that I have this one bred, by the way, to a lot of you recall, and you can see in my other videos, I have a beautiful, beautiful, non-related, full-blooded Futo Suriname female. And that's what he bred to. Obviously, this one turned out to be a boy, by the way. And within 12 days, I do expect that litter on the ground. And to me, she is just as good looking, possibly even better looking, if believable, than him. So I am ecstatic. I cannot wait. But, you know, that's the story here. And, you know, I'm blessed. I prefer to keep these, this line. You know, I try not to mix it out too much, or even with other known lines that we know it's not mixing, right? If you went to, let's say, I don't know, Tude Hope or Fudo, I do some. Don't get me wrong, I do some. But I'll always offer some pure Futos, because Bob, like I said, was one of my favorite breeders. Bob probably taught me more in the short time we became close than any person I've worked with. Well, you know, we all need somebody to help us out here and there, and let me tell you, that guy could breed some red tails. And I would say a lot of my successes are due to the stuff he's told me. So I'm forever endowed, and I will always offer his true beauty to people that are still want to keep his bloodline going, and just have some awesome, awesome looking Surinames, as you can see. I mean, they don't get much better, in my opinion. And again, it's a little biased, but I do own a lot of Surinames from a lot of different breeders, and I would say Bob's just one of my favorites. But anyhow, keep an eye out. The list is big, but if you're interested, keep an eye out, and I will, I can add you to it. A lot of you know how I do it. I do keep lists, unlike most people. And what I do is I email everybody simultaneously, and then it kind of takes an air. So the last person has just as much chance as the first person. It kind of keeps it more fair that way. And It's a big list already, but you know, you can go over to Ace Boas on Facebook and hit me up there or here. You know, there's multiple ways to get a hold of me. Just tell me to add you to the list. I will. You know, worst case, we can even work out a payment plan if we need to. I also do them. I know a lot don't, but I do. I'm willing to work with people. I realize money don't grow in trees, and you know, we go out and pick it in the backyard, and then that's it. You know, I realize, especially nowadays, life can get in the way, and I try to make it as easy as I can. You know, one thing I do ask is, you know, I'm not against it, but for my stuff, for Bob's stuff, for the stuff that I breed, if you're gonna cross it out with like a BCI, don't bother contacting. I'm not into that scene. You know, I can't control what happens to an animal once it leaves here, but if I know that's what the destiny is, I'd prefer not to sell. But that's just me. You know, nothing against anyone. Don't have no opinion on anyone that does it. I do have opinion on my animals. I'd rather it not be done with mine. So, I mean, I think that's respectable. And that's it. Until next time, hopefully it's the babies in this bunch. Hopefully a nice, healthy bunch of babies too. Over and out. Until next time, Ace Boas. He got behind my back. Take care.